All right.
This is
Make
live on
sure
Facebook, and I'm sitting here in my bed in my gown. I just saw that. Maybe
it's
I'll
only our small little group.
Okay.
I promise. It's only our small group. All right, we're good to go. Amber, do you want me to pull up the
And
slides
no makeup.
now?
Yeah, go ahead and pull up that first slide. Thank you so much. Taylor's going to be my right-hand lady because I need her help right now with the slides.
Okay. Where did I put them? I know I had them.
Maybe jumping into my friend's car. It's going to be exponentially quieter when she arrives. Okay, so the first thing, this is your mindset training. And the first slide is going to ask you what you know or what you think. What is mindset? So I would just like to get a general overview of those who are in here. And if anyone's watching on Facebook, hi, you can also type that in the Facebook chat, what you think mindset is. Like the first thing that comes to mind or the knowledge that you already have. And if somebody wants to come off speaker, you absolutely can do that. So I'm just going to give that a few minutes while we also wait for anyone to pop on. Just what is mindset? Taylor's not allowed to write an answer. Taylor is the mindset queen. So is Chelsea. And that's something actually that I can say while I'm waiting for some answers to roll in, is that you have chosen a team that is extremely well versed in mindset and getting it where it needs to be. Okay, so Bailey says, the simple way you think about what you want in life and how you go about doing it. That's a really nice answer. I like that. Give it another second. I mean, it's not, this is just kind of gauge where you are and what you know. So your attitude, love it. Wait, it says Alan R. Who's Alan R?
It's Connie, Rick.
Awesome.
It's Connie. This computer is my husband's computer.
Awesome. Those are really great explanations. Yeah, so have any of you done mindset work? That's a simple yes or no. Thumbs up if you want. No? Okay, good, good. I know where to start. This is so good. Taylor, will you go to the next screen real quick? Your mindset is a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself. It influences how you think, feel, and behave in any given situation. So you'll see the guy, he's leaping from M to possible. Literally, your mindset can take something from impossible to possible. That is the power of mindset. Like there's no two ways around it. So the idea that it's a set of beliefs, that bus, it's a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world is really important. That's the cool thing about this business, is that we're studying something that will build upon, oh, is somebody's mic on? That will bleed over into other areas of our life. So if everyone can just make sure their mics are off so I don't get the reverb. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead. Yes. So a little bit about mindset. My son Parker is 15. He is on the autism spectrum. And this weekend we went and we did some bowling. And he hasn't really been bowling before. So he was trying something basically new. Who all here is trying something new? Raise your hand. Yeah. Yeah. And even if you're an oldie, like you've been around the block here with Saint, you still can be trying something new. So Parker started doing the bowling thing. His dad's actually really good at bowling, but was having some troubles himself. But I don't know if it was because he was on the spectrum, but I think this resonates with all of us, what occurred. he started getting gutter balls. Like he would do it, the ball would go in the gutter, and then you could just like visibly see him each time this happened, like literally lowering his body, and his body language was just so sad. And I even was like, Parker, are you okay? And I could tell at one point, he didn't even want to get up. He didn't even want to get up and go back out there just to do it again. And then he had me, by the way, I'm not a bowler. I can't bowl to save my life, but I got 3 strikes in a row, you guys. That's like a big deal in bowling. I didn't know. It's called a turkey, just so you know. I got a turkey, people. Yes. And that was also, he was watching that as well. Also getting, just kind of lower in his attitude and his feelings, but he got up every single time and still did it. I could tell it was getting really hard for him. And at one point in the game, he hit a strike, just like randomly. When this happened, he started standing up tall, like visibly shift in his body language. He started standing up taller. He smiled. He started being more positive. He started saying, I got this. And he started being more assertive about getting up. Like when it took him like 2 minutes to get out of his seat, get the bowling ball, suddenly it was taking him like 2 seconds now. And even though he wasn't bowling much better, just that one little win made such a huge difference in his entire attitude and perspective on things. So I want to just kind of open up the space for you to tell me what you can take away from that story. What is it that resonates with you? What can you learn from that? You can just come off mic and talk. Faith, are you reaching? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm on my sister's Facebook, because I don't have Facebook, so it's gonna look like it's Susan, but it's Cassidy. So I used to be a professional athlete and many years ago, but I'm also a coach and now, and mindset is something that we work on all the time, and I used to have to work on as an athlete because it really does. I mean, when I was really young and learning about this, when I was racing, I kind of thought, oh, it's not real. It's all just like, basically like crap that people tell you. It's not real. But then I really learned, yeah, then I learned that like, if you have the right, like if you really think you can do something and really set the goal and believe that you can do it, and it sounds so hokey, but it really does work, at least at the athletic level. As crazy as that sounds. And so, that's what, like with my athletes now, I work on that a lot. Like if somebody thinks they can't do something, you get them to change the way they think, and they're always surprised at what they can do. And to visualize, the good thing too that we do for mindset is visualizing how things are, the end result, and how you get from point A to point like whatever, or Z. If you visualize that, like every night before you go to bed, like what am I going to do next, and how's that going to work, and how do I see myself doing that? It actually comes to fruition. So I really, really believe in mindset. I think it's a great tool for every aspect of life. So that's just my 2 cents.
No, that's great. That is such a valid point. Like when we believe in ourselves and when we visualize the end result, magic happens. There's magic in that space. What else can you guys get from this story? Did his skill level change really at all between the point where he was hitting the gutter balls, the point where he made the strike, and the point where he decided suddenly it was fun again?
I mean, he probably had the same skills, but because he had a better way of thinking, it changed what he did.
Yeah,
Changes outcome.
And he also didn't give up. He kept going. And there's a point there too, at least in this business, you guys are going to hit roadblocks. You're going to hit points where you're not certain what's going to happen next, or say someone returns the makeup. That's really, like when that happens for the first time, that is devastating. It's going to be hard. at times. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this because the proof is in the mindset. So the other thing, one, he persevered, he kept going, and he got a strike. He struck gold eventually, and it changed his perspective on things. And then I think sometimes also measuring our wins is a key here. So will you go to the next slide, Taylor? So we want to celebrate the real wins. Yes, sales are great. Yes, hitting the numbers are great. Yes, getting those advancements and those rank advancements, those are great. But if you recall, he got one win and suddenly that changed everything. And we also started helping him, you know, like you didn't hit the, you stayed in the center that time. And we started pointing out the things that were going right. So for you here in the beginning, it's going to be when your makeup arrives. That is a win. You just committed to being an artist and now your makeup is here. You get to start. Your first color match comes in. You got somebody to send you their photo. You do your very first before and after picture and it looks smashing. These are the things that we want to focus on celebrating here. And this is a way of building up our mindset in a way that is really real. So what happens when we focus on what we cannot do or don't know yet? Where our focus is, that is where we go. And anybody who is a bowler number one, this is one thing my husband kept saying to him. He kept saying, Parker, you're looking over there, like up there. Where's your ball going? It's going up there. Like it's going that direction down the alley because that's where he's looking. So sometimes our focus really determines the direction that we're going to go. And so that's when I say we are going to celebrate the real wins here. We've been doing it so far. We're going to keep doing it. I want you to be assertive and to say, I'm celebrating this win today. I've seen some of that. So good. I believe, how many of you have celebrated a win of your own volition at this point? A few of you have. Like I've seen the announcement, I did such and such today. So good, you guys. So lean into those wins. Even if they're small ones, they are important. So we can say number wise, yes, we've sold XYZ. Yes, we've done this. But when you set your goals, numbers are great. They're great. Your mentors are going to be like, yes, let's set some number goals. But you also need to set some other goals that have nothing to do with numbers. Like, did I go live today? I want to go live X number of times. I want to make X number of posts. Those are still numbers, but they're things that aren't based on other people. So your sales are based on other people. Like you're putting forth the effort and then whether it's in your control or not, they purchase or they don't. But if you can focus on the things that are exclusively in your control, I put myself out there. You know what? I really feel good about today. I made time in my schedule today. I intentionally meditated and got in a good space so that I could do this work. That is what we mean by real wins. Okay, can you guys think of any real wins that I'm not mentioning right now? Taylor, you came off.
Yeah, I wanted to real quick just show to make sure you guys know where the win thread is. But I think, Amber, a lot of what you're saying is amazing. The one other thing I'd love to add to this is even the top leaders in this company are celebrating these small things within our control. So like we talk a lot, we have like a leader thread and we literally will go in, like sometimes it's like, guys, I posted a reel today or I went live today and like we still are celebrating. I sent a message today. Sometimes we even get in our own head. And so it's super important to realize no matter your point in your business, you're always going to celebrate the things in your control because that's what's going to lift your spirit. Yes, it's amazing when you have awesome sales, you recruit someone, all of that. But when we put our excitement contingent on that, what happens is when that doesn't happen, then we feel pretty defeated. But when we put our energy and effort into like actually celebrating what we can control, then our energy never dies off. So
Yes.
yeah. So really quick in the Facebook group, I just want to show this very quickly because I think some people have celebrated, but I'd love to see even more of this. We don't want you guys to be shy. Like, please, I think sometimes there's this perception that it's bragging, and that's exactly the opposite of what we view it as. So we want you celebrating. So a bunch of featured things, you know, are here. So you can always scroll through, but the one that is the wins post has all these prizes. So we're going to celebrate our wins here, but this also too, then once you hit some of these levels, you also earn a prize because we want to reward the effort that you're putting in and help celebrate with you. So literally go in and just like comment, shout yourself out. So don't be shy. All right, I'll go back.
Don't be shy. It's so important. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. You read it as well. And honestly, if you can screenshot this quote, please do it. You know what? I'll post it below this in the comment section after I'm done here. Positivity is powerful. The happiness of your life greatly depends on the quality of your thoughts. And remember, being positive doesn't mean ignoring the negativity around you. It means overcoming the negativity within you. There's a big difference between the two. So is there anything in that statement and that quote that pops out to you just the first time through? Again, feel free to come off mic. It's good with me. Faith. I see you there.
I know. I would probably say the first thing that really stands out to me would be that positivity is powerful because it really is when you sit and think about it, even in the little moments, I guess. Just that one moment, or I guess like something my dad had always said to me in high school was, you know, regardless of how well you do, let's say on a test or whatever, the most important thing to me is your attitude and your effort. If your attitude and your effort are both in, I guess, a good, healthy mindset, you're good to go. So I think positivity is powerful, really, I guess, kind of speaks to the whole attitude and effort as well. And that's also something, you know, I have a 6-month-old son, and that's something me and my husband want to be able to teach him as well, is that positivity is powerful through your attitude and your effort. And so that's just kind of something that really does resonate with me.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Faith. You looked like you wanted to, but we're hesitating. So I hope you don't mind that I called you out. Yes, go ahead.
So I can relate a lot of this to tennis. I play tennis, competitive tennis, and in a match, your mindset is so important. And if you start missing shots or you're down, if you kind of let that negativity that you feel from that stay in your head, then you are not going to come back from it. But if you just like let it go and move on and know that everybody misses shots, even the pros, and just keep like point by point, just and stay positive. And you could be down so far and come back and turn it around. So it's just something that in a tennis match, I always try to just, you know, focus, not even if there's nothing positive to focus on, don't focus on the negative. Just think about what you're good at and what you can do next. So I've been thinking a lot about how that relates to tennis as I'm sitting here listening.
Absolutely. It relates so much to tennis. I mean, the same thing with the bowling. I've watched my own kids do during tennis matches, and I'm always like, no, restart. Don't think about the past. Think about what you can do. Like, that's me yelling at them through the fence.
I've even had partners that I played with that actually like keep a tally in their head, like, oh, I've missed 5 shots. I've missed, you know, I've lost 3 of my serves. And like I've told this one person in particular, I'm like, stop being a statistician, like forget about that stuff and let's just be positive. And I think also having people around you that are positive, because when I'm on the court, I try to be positive. But if I'm getting kind of down, if my partner like helps bring me back up, then that's helpful too. So I think surrounding yourself with positive people is a good thing too.
That is so perfect, because that's what we're here for. Like, there will be negativity. And in that statement, it says that there will be negative things, but we do not have to harbor on that. We do
Right.
not have to we need to recognize it. Yeah, this is not a good thing, but we cannot move through we have to move through the emotion to get to the other side. That's just how emotions work. So if we keep ignoring this over here, that's maybe not working right, whether that's in life or in our business, we're never going to fix it. So it is important to recognize, hey, this is happening here. How do I feel about this? How do I work through it? But that is what the next slide is about. So yeah.
Can I just say one thing that really struck me when Connie said it? Sorry. Is
Oh, you're
don't
fine.
be a statistician is so powerful in this business, because you are going to have, if you decide to host like classes, for example, like we did last night, you're going to have flops. People aren't going to show up. People aren't going to buy. People are going to ignore your messages. People aren't going to give you color matches. And again, this is not to be negative. It's to let you guys know that this is a natural part of the business. And again, I promise you, Chelsea, who is like the leader of this team and kills it in this business, still has this happen. And so you have the choice. Do you focus on those negative things, or do you choose to kind of just keep moving forward? And the really cool thing about our business is, even if you have an off month, it resets the next month, as long as you reset your mind to be like, this is a fresh slate. So
Thank you, Taylor. Yes. So our next slide talks about two types of mindset, a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And each one of you that's talked today has shared a little bit about this. So what I love about this is that on each side is like one way to look at the situation and another way to look at the situation. So those that have a fixed mindset, they're not moving. They're not progressing. They are basically stuck. It's a stuck way, a fixed way of thinking. And so I'm either good at it or I'm not. And it's kind of sneaky, this kind of mindset, because it can be a little tricky at times, and it sneaks up in ways that you won't expect. And you wear your mask. You may not recognize it. And since you're all new, you may not see how this will show itself in this business, but you can be prepared for it. So I'm either good at it or I'm not. When I'm frustrated, I give up. I don't like to be challenged. When I fail, I'm no good. Tell me I'm smart. You guys, this one's a big one. Tell me I'm smart. Tell me there's something already built in me that's great. If you succeed, I feel threatened. This is another one. You will see this time and time again. You might even feel this. When someone does something really good and is successful, you might feel a little threatened by that. My abilities determine everything. So the first thing you need to know, the fixed mindset, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. I just want to throw that out there and make that really clear. Having a fixed mindset does not mean you're a bad person. And in fact, you're going to have a fixed mindset occasionally from time to time. We all do. It is something that happens. But we have to figure out how to get back into the growth mindset. So the opposite side of all of this, I can learn anything I want to. Do you know how many women in this business say, well, technology just isn't my thing? I'm just giving this as an example. It's just not my thing. That is like them saying I'm either good at it or I'm not, a very fixed mindset. But if they stop and say, you know what? I may not know how to do XYZ. I may not know the best way to market myself, but I'm going to try. That is a growth mindset. When I'm frustrated, I persevere. You know what? Parker persevered. He pushed through his frustration at gutter balls. I want to challenge myself. Is the opposite of I don't like to be challenged. Do you guys know that most of the leaders in our group, we all participate in things that challenge us personally? We go in and we get real vulnerable and we talk about things that are hard. And sometimes we call each other out on it. You guys, I'm going to talk about something really hard. Just as an example, I am at a conference with a bunch of beautiful women and I'm a little overweight. And it was hard for me yesterday to pick out a dress to wear today. That was really, really hard. And I wanted to give up. And it's little things like that that you don't even realize that will creep into your heart. And you realize, oh, fixed mindset. No, I need to have a growth mindset about this. So the growth mindset about that is, you know what? I'm going to come anyway, as I am. I'm going to love me as I am, period. And do the best that I can and be okay with that. But the fixed mindset in me was, I hate this dress. I hate that dress. Why would I spend this money on that one? You know what? I could have walked out with nothing at that point. So it sneaks into our business in funny little ways we don't expect. When I fail, I learn. You guys, we all learn from our failures. We might not have a class that goes off right. We might have no one show up for one of our classes. Nobody. We need to come back from that and realize there was something we could learn. Did we invite people properly? Or maybe it was a weird time of year, or there could be 100 reasons why. And sometimes the lesson we need to learn is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the reasons were. We have in our control that we can just reboot it and do it again. That might be the lesson we need to learn from that kind of instance. If you succeed, I'm inspired. I love that our team is very much like this. When one of the ladies on our team succeeds, we are so ecstatic about it. And if you succeed, I feel threatened versus if you succeed, I'm inspired. Huge mindset difference. My effort and attitude determine everything. Just like you said, it really does determine everything. I think I saw a comment from Chelsea, from Taylor. Comparison is a great indicator of the fixed mindset. It really is. And we can get out of it. So here's the thing. Our brain, it's a big old muscle. And we can flex it in ways that are all over the place different. You know, you can build muscles wrong, right? You can, or you can build them right, or you can let them go to flaccid, you know. You can do that. You can do those things with your brain. And so it becomes essential that we figure out how to work with the fixed mindset and turn it into a growth mindset, and how to just become aware of the subtle fixed mindset. So if you'll turn to the next page, I'm going to post this. This is from a course that I ran probably like in 2019. It was called the Wonder Woman Mindset Challenge. And I did a little video, and then I did a worksheet for everyone every day. They would just do the video on the worksheet. It was like a 3-minute video. And then the next morning they would have an assignment to do throughout the day. So they were incorporating it in. We're going to go through it really, really fast. So the first thing I ask people to do is to consider grow through what you go through. And what does that mean to you? And then I just kind of went through a few things here. I made a mistake. That could be a fixed mindset, but mistakes help me learn would be the growth mindset. So I did a few of those comparison things. And then I just asked that the next day that everyone write down 3 things that they thought of during the day that were maybe a fixed mindset. You don't have to fix them. You just have to think about them. So real quick, each one of you give me something that is a fixed mindset that you've noticed with yourself today. We're going to work through this as a team. So I just need 3 of you give me a fixed mindset that maybe you've experienced, maybe not today, but in the past. Like this is too hard or something like that.
Oh, like just speak it? You want us to just tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for me, I think my fixed mindset pertaining to this would be like a fear of failure doing something like lives or videos. Like that's really scary for me. I think that I recognize I have that fixed mindset, but I'm just going to have to figure out how to overcome it and not be so afraid of failure at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your fixed mindset is I'm scared of going live. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Someone give me another one.
feel like I'm so busy that I don't know how I'm going to do this.
I'm so busy. Yes. Okay. I'm so
Yeah.
busy. I don't know how to do this. Okay. And a third one. Anybody got a third? Go ahead.
I guess I do. I don't have anything in specific, I guess, but I can relate to a lot of the things in the fixed mindset portion. And I think that's something that I would like to personally change. And this really opened my eyes on it, I guess.
That's great. So we're actually practicing right now how to take those mindset issues that creep in and actually flip them. So let's go with the first one. I'm afraid of going live. So how can we change that into a growth mindset? How about I'm conquering a fear of going live? Do you see how I did that? I'm afraid of going live. And then I switched it to I'm conquering my fear of going live. Do you guys see how that works? Okay, so that's actually day 2. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Day 2 of this challenge, we figure out how to take those things that are sometimes a fixed mindset and turn them into our growth mindset. So I don't have time could be, I can work in the nooks and crannies of my day, or it could be, I will find time. I will create the time. I will work smarter, not harder. Could be another one. So that's how you would take the things that are kind of fixed mindset and just kind of bump them up to your growth mindset. When I enlarge this, does it look enlarged to you guys, or is it just me?
No, it does. Yes.
It does. Okay.
I think
All
I
right.
just did it is what I did.
You did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What do you want me to focus on?
So the thing is, your mind is super powerful, and the fixed mind growth can be really, really subtle and something we don't realize. So we need to just kind of go through our day. And this is something I learned from acting, is that the way we act in life will bleed over into actually what we do on stage. So it's the same with our businesses. If we just only apply this to our business, then we're never going to get where we need to be as far as our mindset is concerned, because it is a muscle. So we need to be flexing it pretty actively. So my challenge for you is just over the next few days, just don't write down. I don't want you to write down your fixed mindset. What I want you to write down is the growth mindset thought that you switch it to. And just do that. Like, write down the growth mindset one. Like, I'm a control freak. I can let things go. I am so unorganized. I'm going to write everything down. These are how we shift our mind. And this is what mindset is all about. And this is like mindset 101. It's not the hard stuff. So let's go to the next slide real quick.
Can I just say one other thing about
Yes.
switching it? So for those of you, probably none of you guys know, I'm actually a clinical psychologist. And so I teach my patients to do this quite a bit. And so one of my favorite like add-ons to the beginning of a fixed mindset is I am in the process of learning, or I am in the process of growing. So if you say like, I don't have enough time, add that I'm in the process of learning to make more time. So it becomes sometimes so easy, and it's crazy how powerful that I'm in the process of growing or learning can be, because it doesn't mean sometimes you don't even have to go. Sometimes people have trouble restructuring those. So literally just put that I'm in the process of, or I'm growing, or I'm learning to be, and it makes it really easy as a quick tip.
That is like the core of what a growth mindset is. Like, being willing to say, I am growing, I am learning, I am in the process. That is perfect. Okay, so let's go to day 3. Actually, you know what? We're going to not do the rest of these days. I think if you just recognize where the little hiccups are in our fixed mindset, where that might be, and then switch it to the growth mindset, That is going to serve you so well as you begin your business. The other things that we have for you is that we are going to be introducing you to podcasts that you can listen to that are going to help you with your mindset. Again, it's a muscle. We need to keep working on it. 2, it's going to be in the rest of your life. This is going to affect all of the things in your life. 3, your mentors are here for your mindset as well. So as we celebrate our wins, that's going to keep us in that positive space where we can learn and grow. As we focus on shifting our mindset from that of a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, and you guys feel free to look up fixed mindset and growth mindset and just kind of dive in so that you get a better understanding, because what I've given you today is just like, lace over work, but it's a really great place to start, especially as you begin this business. So your mentors are here for you. These podcasts are here for you. The challenges are here for you. And if you stay in that growth mindset the entire time, things are going to seem hard. Raise your hand if it's hard to reach out to 5 people. It's sometimes hard. It is. But our mindset, if we say, oh, that's too hard, we give up. But if we say, you know what, that's hard, I'm going to do this. That is what's going to move us forward. And we learn the whole time. We learn how to reach out in different ways. And so that is what this whole group is for. Welcome to Mindset, because you're on the team for it. Chelsea gives a spectacular mindset, I don't even know what to call it, but a workshop basically on it about the snowflakes. At some point, you'll need to watch that one. Taylor is a clinical psychologist. I have a degree in forensic emotion awareness, and that's like my home base too, is in how our emotions affect things. And so we are here to help you. Do you have any questions about mindset? Has anything helped you today? Catherine, you are mindset queen. Sport mindset is a huge.
It is. I mean, it's really everything for athletes, really, but I also, now that I'm not an athlete, I'm not like I was, I do think that everything I applied in sport and competing is completely applicable to life. So, so the same thing with this, like you have hills and valleys, and, you always, I think if you are able to manage them in your life, you can manage them in anything, just like this. So, and I know in sport, some of the best days are your worst days. You learn the most from your worst races. And sometimes you don't learn anything from your best races because everything just came together at the right time. So I think there's always a learning for everything that happens, which is what you said. So that's great.
Yeah, it's just important to stay in that growth. I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm getting there mindset. And that makes the failures still things we learn from.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are spectacular. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry about the whole airport aesthetic. You get it. You get it in all factors. You can't smell it, but you hear it and you see it.
2 things very quick. 1, I want to encourage you guys that if you either notice your fixed mindset and are feeling stuck of how to change it, that's what the group's for. Post it in the group, because I guarantee if you are experiencing it, someone else is. It could also be like, hey, I'm staring at this challenge. I'm thinking about it, but I'm terrified to do that. Let us help coach and support you through that. That's what we're here for, because everything was designed. You are capable of doing single thing that's being posted. Like Amber said, it's going to help you grow, but you only grow if you do it. So let us also help you support in that way. I think sometimes people think, well, I'm too scared to do it. There's nothing I can do. And there's just so much we can do. So, the other thing, the Bailey just disappeared. I wanted to take, there's Bailey. We often like to take pictures on calls, and we'll put them on our social media. So would you guys be cool if we take a quick boomerang? I'll probably post it on Instagram, and then I'll post it too in the group.
so that, or actually, I won't take a boomerang just so it's easier for you to download. That way, if you want to post it on your own social media, we call this social proof of like this business. There's so much support in it. You're not alone. And it also shows the community. So does that sound good?
I'm in
All
my
right.
PJs, but whatever.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Perfect. I'll post that in the group if you guys want to repost it. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for being here. And like Taylor said, reach out to us, express it. We'll help you work through the fixed mindset into a growth mindset. It helps us all. It honestly helps us all. So, all right. Bye. Thank you for being here.
Bye, guys.